duration of the playoffs, is it about time for Steph and Klay to have a game where they both get rolling at the same time?
Well, we wouldn't mind. Doesn't have to happen. But I think over time, the law of averages tend to balance out. Biggest thing for us is just competing like we did in Game 4. You know, playing with that kind of pace and tempo and effort and fighting for every rebound, every loose ball. If we do that, the shots are more likely to go in. It's just kind of the way the game works.
This is Paula Maruri for El Show Internacional, 10 a.m. And my question is, what was the ingredient to set the tone and the tempo in tomorrow's game?
What was the...
What was the ingredient?
The
what
ingredients?
Yes.
I think effort and focus. We didn't turn the ball over. You know, 7 turnovers in a game is a brilliant number. And obviously we played smaller. We had a smaller group on the floor quite a bit, so they were able to get out and run. But yeah, it was the first time in the series that we were able to control the pace.
How will be your game plan in the first 45 minutes of the game?
How will I game plan for the first?
How will be your game plan for the first 45 minutes in tomorrow's game?
I'm not going to tell you that.
Coach, right in the middle.
Hi, Marcus.
Hey, how would you assess the way you guys played at home so far in these finals, and is there something you can do to just be more efficient at home?
How would I assess the way we've played in the finals at home? Well, 2 games, we didn't play particularly well in either one. We could have lost both. We could have won both. I think if you look at the entire playoffs, the first 2 games at home have been a struggle. And part of that is just trying to adapt to your opponent. You get a feel for what they're doing, easing into the series. Not easing in, but trying to get a grasp on what you're wanting to accomplish. So I think we should be better tomorrow because we have a feel for our opponent, and I'm looking for a better game at home.
Steve, this team hasn't lost 3 in a row all season. I know each one is different, but after each time it's lost 2 in a row, it's gone on a little tear. Is there something about the makeup, the mentality of this team that when you see them lose a couple in a row, something snaps, and that's when you see the best in this team?
They're very competitive. It's a relatively quiet team other than Draymond, but it's a quiet team, and they don't tend to show too much emotion, but they're extremely competitive, and they get a little angry when they lose a couple in a row, and they've responded, as you said, all season long, and hopefully we can get on a nice little run here too.
Steve, right here. Tariq Majidity with Afghanistan basketball. It seems that if the first 3 games, Steph had some success in ISO plays with Deladova. And then in Game 4, it looked like there was a concerted effort to get him more isolation plays. Is that something you guys talked about in between those games to get him ISO?
I think the biggest thing is we just need to be in attack mode at both ends of the floor. And so for everybody, that means something different. You know, if you're doing kind of what you do individually, what makes you the player you are, and you're doing it aggressively, then that's good for our team. And for Steph, looking to score, looking to be aggressive is a big part of this game. So I thought he was more aggressive in Game 4 than anything else.
On one more in Game 4, is that something that
I thought he did too, but it all comes out of the flow of the game and matchups. You know, they're doing so much switching that and we tried to keep moving, keep setting screens, but everything comes out of the flow of the game. And Steph is really smart. When he likes a matchup, he'll go at him.
Thanks.
Art Spander of the San Francisco Examiner. Andre goes to Arizona, and as you know, and what did you know at Philly? Did you see him play much at Philly, and is this any sort of surprise?
Did I see him when he was in Philadelphia playing? Well, he was the focal point of their team.
Right.
It's a different role for him here, but yeah, I would say this series he looks like the the 76er version of Andre because he's taken on a bigger role. He's playing more minutes. He's guarding LeBron. He's also been really good offensively. But I just think Andre is one of those guys who he rises to the occasion, embraces the challenge, and he's having a great series.
Steve, I have two questions. First, when you got that text from Luke at 3 a.m., were you awake? And then did you stay awake and ponder that? And how did that affect your sleeping before the game?
I didn't see the text until the next morning when I woke up. So did not affect me. No, I actually slept pretty well. And then I woke up and then we met as a staff, and that's when we kind of debated that option. We had discussed a lot of different options the day before, things we could do differently, ways we could attack, which is what we do every day, staff meeting type thing. But that particular detail didn't really come up till that morning.